Hey there, I'm Jamie Smith, and I just want to share with you a quick demonstration of what I think is one of the most powerful software stacks out there when it comes to creating video sales letters, VSLs. And so you may or may not know video sales letters can be super effective and very high converting if you're trying to sell anything online, really, but especially if you're doing courses or software, SaaS companies. You know, they can be used for just about anything, but you know, they're super effective. And basically what you do is you take your normal long form sales letter, you convert it into a presentation, and then you take that presentation and create slides from it. And then during those slides, you talk through, they're generally not like what you're seeing now with a little head in the corner. It's just slides, just text slides on the page, and then you go through it and there's audio behind, and then the audio and the slides are synced together so that it captures somebody who's a visual learner. They'll see the on page and they'll learn visually that way. They'll be reading while they're also hearing, and it just kind of hits those different modalities of learning. So super effective, but they've been known to take sometimes a long time to create, not just from the perspective of creating the actual video itself, which can be pretty difficult if you're not super techie, but also creating the script that goes into that. It's like, okay, well, what do I say? How do I generate this? And what should I cover and all that? So I found two pieces of software that make it super easy to do both, to cover both those things. One, create the script, which is the first and foremost thing that you have to do. And then two, create the actual video that walks through and has the audio included, transitions the slides, looks really good. So I'm gonna run through a quick video, or a quick demonstration on how these two things work together. The first is funnel scripts. If you've not used funnel scripts or you don't already have funnel scripts, you're gonna be amazed. Funnel scripts is a membership, and this is created by Russell Brunson and Jim Edwards, and it's got a ton of stuff. I'm inside my funnel script membership account right now, and if we go through and look here along this left side, these are all the different scripts that you can generate, and basically they're just questions and answers. It asks you, the system will ask you a question, you provide an answer, and then at the end you go through, there might be 5 questions, might be 25 questions, but at the end you go through, hit generate, it will pop you out usually multiple variations of a script, and then you pick and choose which one you like and you run with that one. And then you can tweak and modify. You know, you might have to do a little cleanup on things, but otherwise it generates something pretty good. The one that we're going to use is the VSL Wizard. This is actually a piece of downloadable software you can run on your computer that will generate a video sales letter script for you in a super good format. There's also the Perfect Webinar Wizard, which is huge. It takes you through a bunch of questions and will generate an entire perfect webinar presentation based on the way Russell does a perfect webinar with Jim Edwards, just amazing genius built into it as well. So that's another one that you really need to get in and download. It will save you hours and hours of work, and give you a good jumping off point, and then you can tweak and tune and fine tune from there. So we're going to start with the VSL Wizard, and then the next piece is the actual Easy VSL software. This is software from Digital Kickstart with Matt Callan and Mark Thompson, and this will make it super easy to actually generate and create the video. I mean, literally, in the little demo video here, if you watch it, it takes, I think Mark runs through it and generates a VSL in like 60 seconds. So it runs very quickly. So I'm actually going to do one live right now, starting from scratch, no script, no nothing, generate a VSL and show you how it all works. So I've got the VSL Wizard installed. I'm going to go ahead and drag that over here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this here. So we should be just the video sales letter wizard. Now I'm not going to go through, normally what you do is you just go in and you answer these questions. So I'm Jamie Smith. That's the answer to question 1. Get rid of that. There we go. And now step to question 2. Hey, what's your topic? And there's just a bunch of these questions to go through and answer. Jim actually provides some samples that we can download and install here that gets us started quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and open one of those up. Yes, I want to load a new project. And we're going to go in and I'm going to grab this Russell demo. And this is just a demo file, and what it does is it actually runs through it and it pre-fills all the questions and answers for you. So I'm going to go ahead and swap this out and put my name in there. And let's go ahead and bounce to the next one. And I'm gonna, this get over jet lag, I think I want this to say getting over jet lag, and then the human charger. So we can just run through a bunch of these questions. So it's basically pre-filled all the answers for us. So we're gonna go ahead and bounce through all these and we'll get to the last question here because I don't want to take up a ton of your time, but I do want to show you how this works. Okay, so we've gone through and there we now have 21 questions answered, and then I just want to do build. It's going to allow me to build, and it's going to build my script, and I want to output it as a text file. We could do WordPress or PowerPoint file, and we got 3 different options here. We could 2 different scripts for the VSL. It's a great big promise, or it's the problem, agitate, solve. Or you could just save your project data. I actually want to use the great big promise here, so we're going to go ahead and click build. It'll take just a second. We're going to do this called VSL Stack Demo 3, and we'll go ahead and I'm going to save that on my desktop so I know where to grab it, and I'm going to go ahead and do save. And then now I'm just going to pop it open and do view. So you can see right away we get generated out this text file. And I'm going to go ahead and blow it up so we can read a little bit better. And so it generates me a text file, and it says, you know, we kind of read through it. Here's a special message for every A business traveler. Okay, so we can see, you know, might need to tweak just a little bit, but otherwise it's pretty good. And a traveler who needs to get focused and alert but can't see break through their brain fog. Hi, my name's Jamie Smith, and if you want to succeed with getting over jet lag, then pay very close attention. Many in this, we've got a business traveler. Many business travelers suffer from the idea that getting over jet lag takes days and is very painful, but nothing can be further from the truth. Okay, so this is pretty good. And so this, so I'm going to take this, I'm just going to copy this, because the next thing we need to do is actually take this script. You'll want to read all the way through it and maybe clean up any grammar mistakes and misspellings, things like that, that might come in, but I'm just going to copy it. And then the next thing we're going to do is actually go in and we're going to grab our Easy VSL software to generate our VSL. So I'm going to drag this over here so we can see it. And I'm just going to come in here. This is Easy VSL dashboard. I'm going to click New VSL, and I'm going to click the Paste Text, because this is the one we want to start with. And we're going to call this VSL Stack Demo 2. And then I'm going to click OK. And the next step is going to ask me to pick my design. And so we got a couple different designs, well, a bunch of different designs you can choose from. You got all these that are kind of built out. We've got great borders, we've got little films, we've got blue architects. We've got all these things. I kind of like this nature one. If you double click that, then it's going to pick that design. And then the next thing you can do is just actually paste in your text. The one thing that's really cool is I'm going to uncheck this box down here, because I'm going to show you what happens when you come in. By default, that auto is unchecked. And so if I go in and paste in my text, it's going to show me all of my, this is the text straight from my text file. The next thing I want to do is, because I've got these each on individual lines, and really this is kind of what I want each slide to be. That's what the VSL wizard does. It puts each line into what would be a slide for you. And if I check auto, you'll notice it goes through and processes, and it finds all the line breaks and it replaces them with these paragraph markers, and these are going to get converted into slides individually. So all I have to do is click next, and then these are all my slides that are going to get generated. And then if I click next, it's going to go through and it's actually going to generate every slide for me. And if I look over here, I've got 25 slides created, and we can kind of go through each of these and see that we've got these slides here, and it generates all these for us. And so then the next thing, all we need to do is actually now add the audio and then sync up the slides so that the slides transition as we read each line here. And so that's super easy to do as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click next. And then you can see we've got little slides in here. There's a few ways that you can get audio in, and you can go through the help docs on exactly how to do it. But the way that that I can show you here real quick, just because it's super cool, is you can actually just record your audio directly in Easy VSL, and you can even do auto speech recognition, and it will automatically add all the transitions for you. So what we want to do is click on Add Audio. And then you could import audio if you already had an MP3 file or something recorded of your speech. You could do that. MP3 file, M4A file, or whatever. You could record it on your phone. You could record it with Audacity. You could record it with GarageBand or something like that on your Mac or whatever. But we're going to go ahead and do the record audio. Another one that's really cool that you might like is the actual text to speech. If you click this, it'll actually pulls in all your slides, and you can click speech text. It'll actually convert, and it'll do a computerized voice for the audio. You don't even have to record the audio yourself, but I kind of like to do it myself. So I'm actually going to do add audio and then record audio. And then when it pulls up, it's going to ask me which microphone I want to use, and I'm going to switch to built-in microphone, and you can kind of see it detects my speech there. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back to this one that's muted for now, and then press here to start recording, and it will record your voice, and then it will convert it into the right file format for you, and then it will upload it into your EasyVSL. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video while I record the video, and then I'm going to come back and show you how to use it from there. So give me just 1 sec. Oh, and just one thing I forgot to mention is that what I'm going to do is I've got my script file over on my other monitor. It's right here. So I'm just going to read this basically off of my other monitor and record it on my other screen where the EasyVSL is running. So I'm just basically using my monitors like a teleprompter, and I don't have to worry about the video because I'm just recording audio. So I'm just going to read it straight out of my text file, and then it'll record it straight into EasyVSL. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished recording. It's actually, it comes up and all I did was click import. It'll allow you to play the audio so you can hear it. It's kind of sample it. You can re-record it if you need to, or you can just click import and it'll actually pull it right in to EasyVSL. So you can see right now that it's got an audio recorded at 1 minute and 54 seconds. It shows me here. I could go through that audio manually and listen to it and check the little boxes when I want it to transition to the next slide. That's kind of a manual way to do it, but they've also built in this super cool tool that is probably the coolest thing, and that is that it will do auto speech recognition. Now, this requires that you set up a free API account over at IBM. IBM has their Watson service, and they've got a ton of different services, a little complex, it's super techy, but basically you just need to grab an API key and drop it in here, and it will they take the audio, they send it off to IBM Watson servers, and then it comes back, and then they know from there where to break into the individual text so that they automatically will transition those slides for you. It is the bomb. I use this in version 1, and adding the manual slides doesn't take a ton of time, but you gotta make sure you click at the right spot and all that, so it can be a little complicated. But doing this auto speech recognition is super, super cool. So all you have to do is click this button here, and then it's going to come up and it's going to ask you for your user ID and your password for your account over at IBM Watson. And so I already went through and I already set all that up. You can get started by here, get a free account, and Watson will step you through exactly what to do. There's even a demo video inside of the EasyVSL members area that shows you exactly how to do it and how to use it. So it's the selected audio is already here. It's the one that I just imported. It's already set to go. So I'm just going to click OK. And it's actually going to go through and it's running through and it's uploading the file. So it's processing now. It might take a few minutes, is what it says. It just kind of tells you why it's going through. It might take a few minutes, and then when it comes back, it's going to basically take all of what the data that they get back from Watson as far as what text came at what point in the audio, and they're going to automatically split the slides up for you, and it's almost spot on perfect, and then you can always make adjustments afterwards. So it is pretty darn slick. So we'll give this just a few seconds while we wait here and see how this comes back. But again, this is it's about as easy as it gets for generating a VSL. I've done this stuff a lot manually. I've done it with older versions of EasyVSL, which were super easy to use. This new version is hands down light years ahead of how easy it is to do from what it was from even version 1. And version 2 was good. They added some new features. Version 3 is, I'm amazed at this auto speech recognition. And so we see that took probably less than a minute. You'll notice now all my slides are marked, and we can see that they've got time points when it read through those. And so then we can actually go through and just play this. And let's get back, we're on slide 1, so we can kind of see this transition. If we play this now, here's a special message for every business traveler who needs to get focused and alert, but can't seem to break through their brain fog. Hi, my name is Jamie Smith. If you want to succeed with getting over jet lag, then pay to the slide. And that is, how cool is that? And then, so all we have to do is click save. and then I'm going to click publish. And then once it publishes, it's actually going to save it as a video file. So if I click publish, it's going to ask me, hey, where do I want to put it? What do I want to name it? All that stuff. I'm going to choose, and I'm just going to put this onto my desktop. Actually, I'm going to put it into my movies directory. So we'll go ahead and that's where I want to put it at. This is what I'm going to call it. You can even set metadata if you wanted to, and choose the quality. What kind of quality do you want? Do you want a better quality, slower encoding? It's going to take longer. It's going to be a bigger video size. You know, if you're going to upload it to YouTube or whatever, they'll do some encoding for you, so you can probably afford to do it. Whatever, but it comes to default about 3/4, which is probably pretty good, especially for you know, it's text on screen, so it's not like it's doing videos and stuff like that. But you can actually also insert video instead of just text if you wanted to. Into VSL will walk you through and do that. So that you might want to crank it up so it's a little better quality. But we're gonna go kind of leave it at default. We're gonna click OK. And it's going to go through and render slides, and it's going through. You can see it's, you know, going through each slide and going one by one and rendering out each of these slides. And so while it finishes this, we're already at 12%. It's only been a few seconds, so it's not going to take too long. But I'm going to go ahead and pause this so we don't wait. And when it's finished, I'll come back. Okay, we're almost complete. It looks like it's probably finishing up the last slide. We're at 96% here. So it's just running through, it's rendering that, rendering the slides, and then we'll kind of see where we go from there. Getting there, getting there, getting there. So it's literally been only a couple minutes. You could probably tell from the clock in the top of the screen, it's not been long. So it's going through and we're getting close. It's rendering slides. It's still going through each of the slides. So we've got, you know, a little bit of time left here. So let's see how we do on this. It's like watching a boiling pot of water, or waiting for the pot to boil. You know, you're just kind of watching it, and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting, and it's almost there, and you just know it's almost there. We can actually see it only this. It tells you exactly when it's going to start to boil. So it's a little bit different than that, but still, it's all good. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this again real quick until this finishes, and then I'll come back. Okay, just to give you an idea, it's going through a couple more steps, and so it went through and it merged our audio and video, it imported the audio file and merged everything together, and now it's back. It literally took less than 5 minutes to actually generate the video, and the video has been encoded, so you can open the video, you can show it in your folder, or you can upload it to YouTube or Wistia directly from EasyVSL. Which is pretty darn slick. So, you know, we can open this file here. I'm going to go ahead and click Open Video. And let's see what we get. And it's actually opens it right here for me inside of QuickTime Player. I'm on a Mac, and if I click play, here's a special message for every business traveler who needs to get audio is actually really good, but can't seem to break through their brain fog. Hi, my name is Jamie Smith, and if you want to succeed with getting over jet lag and pay very close attention, many business travelers suffer from the idea that getting over jet lag takes days and is very painful. But nothing could be further from the truth. And if you're a person who wants more energy and better sleep, then this is exactly what you're looking for. I'd like to introduce you to the human charger. I mean, how cool is that? So that is pretty darn awesome. And then the ability to upload it directly to YouTube is fantastic. So, I mean, literally you can go through and in a few minutes generate your VSL script from Funnel Scripts, import it into EasyVSL, read your script into the audio, let it chop it up for you, do the automatic speech recognition stuff. You get like 100 minutes a month for free with IBM, so you know you can let them split it out for you. And even then, if you go over the 100 minutes in a month, it's like 2 cents a minute or something that the charges. I mean, it's like super cheap even if you wanted to pay for that. So that's super easy, and then let them generate all the slides, do all the transitions for you and all that stuff, and then upload it straight to YouTube or upload it straight to Wistia, and you're good to go. So that is my super easy VSL stack. You get Funnel Scripts and the VSL Wizard. And you get that right here, and then you've got EasyVSL. Combine those two, and it just doesn't get any easier for for easy VSLs. So it doesn't get any better. So I hope you like that. If you're interested in using a VSL on your pages and want to get started with this easy VSL stack, this super powerful VSL stack, just click the buttons that are on the side, should be beside this video, below this video, somewhere around this video. You'll see buttons to grab your copy of Easy VSL, as well as grab your copy of Funnel Scripts. And I hope you like this. I hope this shows you how quick and how awesome this VSL stack is. And we'll talk to you again real soon.